Good evening. I would like to talk about God ordained relationships. Some people are under the impression that just because a relationship is ordained by God, that there's not going to be any challenges or any issues. But that's not true, because there's two imperfect people come together, two different people. They may be similar but different. And there's no such thing as a perfect situation. It just isn't. And people are under the impression like, oh wow, this is a God ordained relationship. It's just going to be smooth as ice. No. There will be trials and tribulations before, through the courtship, in the engagement process, and even in the marriage. That's why when you're single, you are being prepared for marriage. You're not just single just to be single. You're being in preparation. Because marriage is a big commitment that you're making to a person for the rest of your life. This is not a commitment for the weak, the thick-skinned, or the selfish. During your singleness, you are being pressed, shaped, molded, redefined, refined, purified. You're having things removed from you, from your old sinful nature, ungodly soul ties, bad habits, the wrong perception of thinking of relationships and marriage. You are being worked on. You are on the potter's wheel. It's not by happenstance that you're just waiting. You're waiting. When you're waiting, you're being worked on. And while you're waiting, your mate is being worked on. It's not a one-sided thing where you're being worked on and they're not. It just isn't. It's two imperfect people that are about to come together, the former union ordained by God. It's not going to be perfect. Some of you out there who are single and have no children, you may have somebody who comes into your life who has a couple of kids and you don't have any children. Or there may be a person who has children who is about to get a mate, a husband or wife, who doesn't have any children. And you know, those both situations, blended families, that's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge because you're having children and a man or a woman, you know, interacting with your children, and you're used to interacting with them on your own. So you could be a single mom getting with a man who has no kids, or you could be a single father getting with a woman who has no children. It's going to be challenges coming up. It is not guaranteed that there won't be any challenges. There will be challenges in God ordained relationships. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. It just isn't. It just isn't. People need to get rid of that perception like, oh, everything's just going to be smooth sailing. Oh, it's God ordained. If it's smooth sailing, it's God ordained. If it's not smooth sailing, that's not it. That's not the case. There's going to be challenges for everything. Nothing good comes easy. There has to be kinks and things worked on and worked out in people. Nothing good comes easy. Relationships ordained by God do not come easy. There are processes and preparation for both. Even when you get married, you still be getting worked on. Your husband, ladies, your husband will be your mirror. Men, your wives will be your mirror. So the things that are in you that haven't been changed or something to that nature, she'll point it out in a loving manner. You will mirror each other, so you'll see things in them that need changing and vice versa. And that's not a bad thing. So don't get an idea, don't turn down a blessing, or don't turn your nose up at a blessing from God because it comes with challenges. There's a blessing in the pressing. There's blessings in your obedience. What God ordained, He will maintain. What God ordained, He will restore. What God ordained, it have its stamp of approval on it. Less is not always better. Convenience is not always better. But God's plan and perfect will is always better. I hope you have a blessed evening. May God bless you and keep you, and may the blessings of God rain upon you. God loves you, and so do I. Be blessed.